Announcera. She plays the saxophone. She's been on band for 2 years. Carries a 4.0 GPA. Plans on attending FSU. Attended major, double major in environmental science and history. Favorite AC memory, getting food before the game, and the advice, plans and goals, lock in and play the tuba. Next is Kincaid Martinez. Family members walking with him is Miles Turner, Desmond Campbell, Marissa Shiflett, and Miss Cockney. They play the snare drum. They've been on band for 3 years, carrying a 2.33 GPA. Plans on attending Full Sail University. Intended major is film and soundtrack. Favorite AC memory, Friday night football games. Life goals, plans, and advice. Live a happy life and have an awesome family. And for the young ones, lock in and have fun. Next is Audrey Mitchell, accompanied by her mother, Shannon Mitchell, and John Sekiers, the grandparents, Jan Sekiers and Bill Sekiers. The position is drum major. Been on the band for 4 years, carrying a 3.7 GPA. He plans on attending UNF for mechanical engineering. Favorite AC memory, Friday Night Lights and band camp. Advice for younger teammates, don't be afraid to try something new. Next is Lisa Rennie. Accompanying her is Mary Ellen. She plays bass drum number 1, first year with band, carrying a 2.9 GPA. Plans on taking courses for an officer program for the Navy. Intended major is computer engineering. Her favorite AC memory is being with the AC band. Advice for the younger teammates, don't give up if you fail. Just fall to stand back up. Next is Marissa Shiflett. She's accompanied by her mother, father, her older sister, her younger sister, and little brother. She is a color guard. She's been on the band for 4 years, carrying a 3.2 GPA. Favorite AC memory is a spring concert duet with former color guard captain Emma Fritz. Life goals is plan to join an independent color guard and compete for as long as I can. And her advice is even if the work is hard, always try your best and have fun. Next is Addison Stapleton, accompanied by her sister, Avery, her mom, Michelle Stapleton, and her dad, Michael Stapleton. The instrument she plays is the baritone. She's been on the band 3 years and carries a 4.3 GPA. People tell you. Next is Isaac Stewart, attended by his mom Sarah, Riley Bill, his girlfriend, and his father Stephen. Position in the instrument is marimba and snare. He's been with the band for 2 years. Here's a decided on the major, but minor in music. Favorite AC memories, meeting friends as a rookie in band and in the 11th grade. The advice to the younger bandmates, don't walk to McDonald's before brand practice. Next is Heel Turner. Attended by his mother, Shemaine Bylaw. She plays the tenor sax. Years on the team, or years with the band, 3 years. Carrying a 3.0 GPA. Plans to attend Florida State University, majoring in finance. Favorite memory of the band's Christmas parties and all the band activities. Advice for the younger teammates is remember to always try your best, and no matter what, don't give up. And remember that band is always a team, and that we stick together no matter what. Next is Nalini Ware, attended by her mother, Rhea Ware. Oh, and also a twin, Nolan Ware, also a band singer. Stop Ware in the front. The instrument is the woodman captain. Years on the band, 3 years, carrying a 4.25 GPA, planning to attend the University of South Florida major. On the band for 3 years with a 4.5 GPA, planning to attend MIT with aerospace engineering. Favorite AC memories, trailing to the stadium. Life goals, plans, advice for younger teammates, manage your time wisely in high school teams. Last is Cassidy Wood, attended by grandmother Alice, Aunt Daryl, Omari Nyan, and Kenny G. She's in the color guard. Been with the band 1 year, carrying a 3.06 GPA, planning to attend FSCJ for graphic design. Are we good, man? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Principal Michael George, Vice Principal Michael Ross, Athletic Director Kelly Blunt, and Head Coach Seth Durham, welcome to Stingray Bay, home of your Atlantic Coast Stingrays. Kickoff for tonight's game will begin shortly between your Rays and the Suwannee Bulldogs. But first, Stingray Nation would like to recognize the AC administration, coaches, officials, law enforcement, first responders, volunteers, and especially the teachers that allow us to enjoy Friday Night Lights at the Bay. Thank you for your hard work and sacrifice. Now at this time, will everyone please stand as the Stingray Band plays our national anthem.
one of our games there at Whitehead, and we get grilled every time. It's always something that egregious. So it's like numerous game-changing calls.
Number 6, Jordan Bell. Number 54, Zakai Young. Number 19, Sebastian Jones. Number 10, Marcus Jones. And number 2, Jeremiah Evans. For Suwannee, number 19, Dylan Green. Number 11, Logan Brooks. Number 5, MJ Russell. I believe that's number 55, Reese Bronson.
I can't hear you.
Check that. Number 59, Will Brown is the captain.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stingray Bay. It's the final home game of the season here for the Atlantic Coast Stingrays as they come out in their all black, ready to take on the Suwannee Bulldogs all the way out from Live Oak, Florida. These two teams sitting at losing records this season, but the Atlantic Coast Stingrays looking to finish off their year with a win on their final home game as they had their senior night celebration and ceremony just minutes ago, representing the marching band members, the cheerleaders, and of course all the senior football players who have worked so hard this season. Hopefully they can make their senior night special, getting a win and getting back up to 4-5. As we have a deep student section as well. An orange out at the Bay here tonight. No clouds in the sky once again. Beautiful October night for some football here on, well, our first Friday Night Lights edition in a while. I'm joined here, Corsen Edwards back in the booth with us, and of course, Kamari Tamaseu at the scoreboard, who's actually making his debut on the mic as well. So you'll be hearing some stuff from these guys as this night goes on. We appreciate, of course, Mr. Cush on the camera for one last time this football season, as well from us in the booth, as well, we'll be gone out of high school. Isn't that right, Corsen?
Yeah, that is right. Last home game, like Ben said, should be a good one. I know the football team here is ready to put on quite the show. Go out with one last bang, especially on senior night here.
Most definitely. We are definitely excited for you guys joining us tonight on the broadcast. As we get set, the Bulldogs will kick it off first, and Stingers will retrieve. AJ Hitt will kick us off, and this one will be returned here by Jeremiah Evans. Start off the game, gets outside, and Evans has a good return already. out the gate. We are gone. Jeremiah Evans past the 50, the 35, down to the 30. What a return already. What a start for the Stingrays. Jeremiah Evans. Wow, welcome to Stingray Bay, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started. And we've got some fireworks early here. What a return by Jeremiah Evans. Right at the 30, the Stingrays will start. And Rocco Manigo back at quarterback. Had a very solid game against the Creekside Knights. That one was a thriller, their last home game. Of course, played the undefeated Nice Panthers last week. Lost that one 44-12. Against a really good Nice team as Jordan Bell gets the first carry of the game, and he's got himself a solid run across the 25. Start off this one, Jordan Bell, one of our seniors that was celebrated tonight. He will be attending the University of Tampa.
Dylan Allen. Pick up at 6, second down.
We got a 2nd and 4 coming up for the Stingers on their first drive, already deep inside Bulldog territory. And Jordan Bell at the gate. Jordan Bell to crease. Jordan Bell with a great move. Jordan Bell all the way down near the goal line, and he's in. It's a touchdown off the gate. We have some fireworks early at the Bay. Jordan Bell. What a move on the safety. And the Stingrays jump out to an early 6-0 lead about a minute in. Corsen, what a start for Atlantic Coast.
This is exactly what you want to see. I mean, we've seen Jordan Bell all season. He's been electrifying. And, you know, coming out here on senior night, it just means so much more to them. And so, great way to start off. And one heck of a season for Jordan Bell himself. And he adds on to another touchdown and more yards on the first opening drive.
Most definitely. Ian Santos with the extra point, and it's 7-0. Not even a minute into this game. And like I said, we got some fireworks early, and electrifying was the perfect word to use for Jordan Bell. He has been absolutely phenomenal this year. And what a special night for him, getting a touchdown on the first drive on his senior night. And already some very early momentum for the Stingrays. Again, Atlantic Coast 3-5 on the year. Their final home game, Suwannee 2-6 on the year. Played some tough opponents. They coming off of a win, 27-6 against Taylor County. Straight out of Live Oak, Florida. What a start for Atlantic Coast. As the sea of orange still packing in here at the Bay. Very nice crowd tonight. And if you're just tuning in, well, you already missed a score as Jordan Bell punched home a rushing touchdown after a huge return by Jeremiah Evans on the opening kickoff, as Ian Santos will get us going here on this next drive. Headed to the Bulldogs, who will take their first offensive drive. This one return at about the 10-yard line, taken out. And now this is a good return. Out the gate again, Zion Walker past the 45, so too early. Good opening kickoff returns for both teams. So the Bulldogs start their first offensive drive right around the 47-yard line. They hand it off there. Thomas Sykes the handoff and brought down for no gain. That's going to be a loss. In fact, Jason Morin on the carry.
And Ben, you did say it earlier, Suwannee is 2-6 on the year. You know, not the best record they won, but they did just come off of a win against Taylor County. And, you know, some would say they have some momentum here, so we'll be able to see if they definitely capitalize off this on that drive.
Most definitely. And Atlantic Coast coming off of 2 straight losses. One of those at home against Creekside. So they almost came back, a miracle comeback in the 4th quarter. Sykes going long ball, and it's broken up, but a flag is out. Boy, thought it was good coverage. On the play, Amari Murray. And it'll most likely be a pass interference. See the official call. And that'll give Suwannee a first down all the way inside Atlantic Coast territory at about the 40-yard line. Of course, and I thought I saw both. I thought I saw some contact from both players on that play. Not too sure.
Yeah,
if Murray didn't turn his head or not.
Yeah, the call could have definitely gone both ways. It looked like not much contact there, but ended
Most
up
definitely.
calling a flag there.
Yeah. Good carry there from Morin. It's out right near the first down marker. It's going to be just short. It's going to be about a second, like 2nd and 2 or 3 here.
You know, one thing we have touched on is even with both teams, seems like here in the Bay, a lot of flags being thrown, and over the game, you know, that adds up, and so I feel like a key detail that the Stingrays can definitely use to their advantage is minimize the penalties and maximize that yards.
Couldn't have said it any better against Creekside in that second half. Last home game, penalties killed the Stingrays on their offensive drives. So they've had momentum. Here's the first handoff for Frederick Cooks, who takes up the middle. That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Carried by number 16, Fred Cook. Brought down by number 35.
The Suwannee moving the ball swiftly after the penalty on Kamari Murray. Called pass interference.
Plays good for a Bulldog first down.
The Bulldogs now inside the Stingray 30-yard line. Cook's still in the backfield. He joins quarterback Sykes. Sykes rolling to his right. Good pressure coming up underneath. Ball is out. Recovered by the Bulldogs, but there is Malpress with the pressure. Donnell Malpress, also one of the seniors celebrated tonight. And early pressure right out the gate.
If you've kept up with AC football, you would know the defense is electrifying, and even that is an understatement. You know, the interceptions, the pressures, and the fumbles, the defense has really stepped up, and it seems like something's being transformed for this AC defense. There's a new spirit and new love here, and you can definitely tell by the way they play.
Second and 20 here after the loss of 10 on the sack. Sykes steps up to pressure and throws across the middle. It is caught on a slant route. Good catch there, Michael Rawson. And that's going to be a Bulldog first down. Going to move the sticks. Like Stingrays were in man there. Just got beat off the line. A good route by Rawson. And good delivery there by Sykes. As Suwannee moves inside the red zone on their first offensive drive. It's a snap, and here's a handoff to Dwellin Allen. And he's going to get some yards here. It looks like the ball is out. The ball is out. We'll see who has it. Looks like the Bulldogs recover it. Wow. Could have been a disastrous play for Suwannee.
And, you know, we just talked about it.
They're able to recover.
There's a defense turning up again. As you see there, it's only been about 2 plays since that last call, and there's already another fumble. So
some early sparks from this AC defense. But Suwannee On the 2nd and short. Running inside the 10-yard line. Hand it off to Allen again, and he's brought down. Looks to be just short of the marker. See where they'll mark him. And he's going to be short, so 3rd and short coming up for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a huge stop if the Stingrays can hold here on defense. Looks like a direct snap is happening here. Got a wildcat formation. Sykes closest to your screen. Line up as a receiver. And there goes Michael Rawson jumping through defenders close to the goal line. And that's going to be a 1st down and goal coming up for the Bulldogs. And they're knocking on the doorstep. Enough again, direct snap, and he is going to be in. Walking in is Michael Rawson for the touchdown. Suwannee answers right back after the Stingray touchdown by Jordan Bell. And now a chance to tie with an extra point.
And what a good play by Suwannee. I mean, you saw there, he just trusted his own line, ran right through the middle, and that ended up putting 6 on the board. So great play by the QB.
Extra point. He's going to be through there. AJ hit, able to knock it through, and we are tied at 7. 2 fast offensive drives by both teams. And some early momentum from the offenses to start this senior night special in the last home game of the season, the Atlantic Coast.
And so we saw this previous drive, the Stingrays offense has been electrifying. And you know, Jordan Bell showing what he does best, running the ball with such anger. Kind of reminds you of a little Marshawn Lynch action there. It's really hard to
give
tackle
the man
him.
his Skittles.
We'll see how the Stingers respond. Looks like Suwannee.
You can see the defensive coaches there talking to the defense there on the bench after that drive. Of course, the penalty really hurt the Stingrays. And that would go, pretty sure that was a 20-yard penalty.
Does look
so
like
very costly.
Ball was placed on the spot of the foul there. And that just goes to show those little mistakes that, you know, you wouldn't really think would be that big of a deal actually add up and allowed Suwannee to get that momentum, get those yards, and then ended up putting 7 on the board.
Kicking off for the Bulldogs, number 18, AJ Hit.
Hit will kick it off once again. It looks like a pooch kick. This one's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a flag right around the 30-yard line. Not too sure what the strategy there was from the Bulldogs. I think they wanted just to prevent a return by Jeremiah Evans. Not going to let that happen.
Yeah, and if I was Suwannee's head coach, I'd be talking to my players. I'd get them around and say, hey, look, they have really fast and really agile players here. So sometimes, you know, what if we have to change the playbook a little bit, do a little something we're not used to try to avoid the easy yards.
Yeah, I do not blame them. They're going to have to re-kick this one after the flag. And it'll push the point where they do kick it off. They're kicking this one off at around the 35-yard line now. We'll see what the Bulldogs do this time. So, second try at the kickoff. Hit. Will boot it away. This time he's a little onside kick formation, and it looks like Suwannee's going to recover it. Wow. So onside kick catches Atlantic Coast off guard. And the Bulldogs are going to have this one back right near the 45. And inside AC territory.
This is something you really don't see, but how about that execution by the Suwannee kicker there? I mean, he kicked it and they bolted. Seems like they really had it planned out there. So what a really good play. Puts them in really good field position.
Yeah, Jeremy Webb.
50.
Yeah, Jeremy Webb ran right through to recover that ball untouched for the Bulldogs. So Suwannee, good start right near the 47 of Atlantic Coast. Man in motion, Sykes. Hands off and wrapped up. Wow. Going nowhere and brought down. Isaiah Jackson on the tackle.
So the past couple plays Suwannee has done has actually been runs. And it seems like the Stingray defense is really reading that. Last drive, there was only 2 passes, one being that flag that was a pass interference, and the other one being about a gain about 10 to 15 there. All the other plays were runs, and so kind of gives some extra information that the Stingrays can use.
Most definitely. Frederick Cooks is going nowhere on that play. Stingray defense line fled right through that O-line, as that was going to be a loss of 4 here. And a timeout Suwannee on a 2nd and long at their own 49.
Now, Ben, coming into this game, like we said, Suwannee 2-6. Although they did come out on a win last week, it seems like they have really been struggling. What's impressed you the most about, this drive and that onside kick that they just recovered?
Yeah, I think the penalty really costed the Stingrays. That, of course, got things going for the Bulldogs offense. All it takes is one long penalty, and you're in good field position, and you can run certain plays, get in certain areas of your playbook. So I think the penalty really costed the Stingrays, and then the Bulldogs offense got in a groove. But I think Stingray defense, they just need to stay calm. It's one drive, keep playing the game, keep playing their style of defense, which has been turnovers this year. As you can see, head coach Step Durham, 2nd year at Atlantic Coast. Trying to get back to 500 this year, going 5-5 if they can win these last 2 games. As we have a weird formation here, pass out wide. This one's going to be taken. Michael Rawson with some blockers up ahead, and he's out of bounds. So Thomas Sykes was in that trips formation, was able to block. So a little bit of creativity from Suwannee as they're back into AC territory around the 44-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 coming up. Sykes, 3rd down, drops back, goes on a crossing route again, and it's caught right near the marker. Noah Lopez. Will it be a 1st down? And it will be. And he's going to have enough, and Suwannee going to move the sticks.
And that was a nice play by the Bulldogs there. Really trusting your team. Came out for a quick little slant, threw it to him, and it's little plays like that mean the most.
Yeah, high-powered, fast offense Suwannee showing so far in this game, and tough break for Atlantic Coast, not being ready for that onside kick after the kick out of bounds. The first one, trying to prevent a long return. There's the handoff straight away. Morin, short gain, about 2 yards.
Here, number 7, Jason Morin.
The 2nd and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. Trying to get their 3rd win of the season. And interesting story about Suwannee. Used to be a powerhouse. Won 4 straight consecutive 3A championships from 1987 to 1991. Housed some great players back during that time. As trips nearest to your screen here, set up for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 8, Sykes drops back, throws, and receiver fell down, and a flag is thrown And this is an interesting call. It did not look like that receiver was touched. Looked like he fell down. Michael Rawson, and that is another costly penalty for the Stingrays. Corsen, what did you see on that play?
Yeah, it seemed like whenever little comeback route, he went about 10 yards up and then maybe a little contact, but I saw on the comeback, looked like the player slipped and the AC defender wasn't even near him, so don't really know what was the call there, but again, you know, refs have that field side view, so what can you say?
That's the 2 early pass interference calls. Austin Sykes going for the end zone shot here, and great defense there. It's like Jamarcus Jones on the coverage. Pass was intended for Logan Brooks. And honestly, that looked more like pass interference than the last play did.
Yeah, it looked like a lot more contact, just as you said there. The receiver kind of threw his hands up. Jamarcus Jones was all over him, so didn't really know what happened there, but good coverage by the Stingrays.
Yeah, so they get away with some contact on that play. 2nd and 10 coming up. Sykes gonna flip this one out to Cooks and wrap down. Boy, this Stingray defense, Malpress all over it once again, along with Amari Murray. Looks like another flag is out. Let's see what this call is. It's like a chop block on the Suwannee Bulldogs. And that'll move the Bulldogs back. Moving back 10 yards, possibly 15. That's going to go for a 15-yard penalty. Wow. Very costly for the Bulldogs. Now 2nd and a mile.
Be very interesting to see what play they run with, but they're definitely in field goal position as their kicker. Seem to be making really long field goals.
No doubt about it. Sykes throwing with pressure on the run and just overthrows Coy Fryer. Looked like he beat his man just a little bit too long, and a 3rd and a mile now coming up for the Bulldogs. Chance for the Atlantic Coast defense to get off the field. Like you said, of course, they probably on just the verge of field goal range, so be interesting to see what they do if they don't convert this first down. And
yeah, anywhere of a gain to about 5 to 10 or
yeah,
more, obviously.
I would try to go for a field goal here. Try to get just some
definitely
short
get
yardage.
some points on the board, get that momentum going.
Most definitely.
Be up by 3.
3rd and 25. Sykes dropping back, heavy pressure again. It's Malpress. Boy, he was right out of the gates off the edge, and he takes Sykes down. Have yourself a game. Darnell Malpress on senior night showing out. Go for his 3rd sack of the game already. And that takes them way out of field goal range as they will have to punt this one away.
Yeah, just as you said there, they're out of field goal range. That play was huge for the Stingray defense and definitely shifted the game with a little bit of more momentum for the Stingrays.
Most definitely. This one booted. And whistles blow. Flag is out. It's like an illegal substitution here. Or an illegal formation on Atlantic Coast. Won't do much, only push the place of the ball up 5. So we will run back the punt. Trying the punt again. This one Boot out into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for the Stingrays. Atlantic Coast offense will come right back on the field after a stop on defense. Darnell Malpress. Corsen, what have you seen from him, not just in this game, but this season?
Well, as you can, beginning of the season, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of questions as to what the Stingray defense would be, especially after last season, after they come home after a, very mediocre record. People kind of questioning, what's the game plan? Where's the skill set at? But specifically Darnell, I mean, he's definitely shifted and changed the culture here, and he's just electrifying, and he brings something to the defense that you don't really see in every team.
Pass caught. Wow, breaking off tackles there. Good pass from Manigo. Looks to be Evans there on the catch on a slant. A good solid gain there of about 5 or 6.
Second down.
2nd and 3 coming up. The Stingrays on the quick throw from Manigo to Evans. And the handoff to Bell. Jordan Bell. Good blocks, and look at him go! Wow, Jordan Bell showing off the speed. It looks like he tripped up right near the 40-yard line. Boy, he could have gone a lot farther there. Huge acceleration from Bell. First down and more. Right near the 38-yard line.
Every game, it seems like Jordan Bell gets better and better and better. And seems like not many defenses can actually stop him. So if I was the Stingrays, I'd definitely keep utilizing him as much as you can.
Yeah, keep those legs moving for Jordan Bell. Do not let him get cold, if he even does get cold. Keep feeding him the ball as they do here. Jordan Bell makes a move, ducks the head, and gets out to the 40. His short gain there, about 2.
Yeah, and I think the real question is, does Jordan Bell get cold?
I don't think he does.
I don't think so either. When you have when you're in a crucial moment and you need a big play and you need to go to someone, Jordan Bell is that guy for the Stingrays.
Pick up of a yard, 2nd down.
Second and 9, Manigo takes a snap, short throw to Ethan Redding. Ethan Redding right near the marker, see if they spot him. Again, that's going to be a first down. Atlantic Coast. Ethan Redding on the curl route. Able to move the sticks, as that'll be the last play of this first quarter, and we have a 7-7 ball game after 2 opening drive touchdowns from both teams. Corsen, what have you seen in that first quarter on both sides of the ball?
I've definitely seen a lot of composure, Even though Suwannee's record perceives them as 2-6, they're playing like a really solid team here, utilizing their teammates, utilizing the running back and the passing game. And also with the Stingrays, defense has stepped up, really made a lot of big plays. And then also the offense being really proficient, utilizing little screen plays, 5-yard routes, and also the running game there. And so a lot of proficiency from both teams. And both teams really looking to score a lot of points here. Definitely be interesting to see, what happens in the coming quarter.
Sophomore Angelica Sinyuk. Freshman.
Yeah, as more students still pouring in here to the Bay. As this senior night,
The team will be competing in their first competition in January.
this senior night second quarter gets kicked off here. The handoff here to Jordan Bell, and Bell wrapped up near the line of scrimmage for a short gain.
And as second and 8 comes out, this is where you really want to utilize everyone on the field. Get your team together, really talk it out, and make sure that you can,
utilize where you're at right now, as they are on the 50 and they're approaching Suwannee territory.
Yep, just about in Bulldog territory here. 2nd and 8, Manigo looks to his right. Ethan Redding's got it, one-on-one with his defender, and he gets out of bounds. Another solid gain out across the 45.
And I like that screen play. As you can see, there was 2 receivers on the sidelines. As a defense, it's really hard because you really don't know who he's going to throw to. Has 2 options there. And as you can see, it ended up getting the Stingrays to 3rd and 2 and a possibility for a first down here.
3rd down.
3rd and short. Let's see if Stingrays can convert. This could be 4th down territory. Coach Durham likes to go for it on 4th and shorts. See what they come up with here as Bell joins Manigo in the backfield. And, pump fake the snap and some movement on the line. This could cost the Stingrays here, and it will. False start. And that hurts as a game plan has to totally switch here. What play do you want to use?
Seemed like the Stingrays tried to do a fake snap to get Suwannee off, but ended up backfiring there and costed the Stingrays. Now it's back to 3rd and 7 where they just were, and this is not the ideal situation that you want to be in.
Yeah, costly miscommunication there. Moves them back 5, and it's 3rd and 7 now.
3rd down.
Right back where they started the last play on 2nd down as Manigo drops back. Looks to throw across the middle, and this one is intercepted. Picked off by the Bulldogs. Number 27.
Intercepted by number 27.
And Suwannee turns the ball over as there is a Bulldog down on the play. But a huge turnover there on a 3rd and 7.
I'm a really big fan of that play. As you can see, the defense, the D-line and the linebackers had a little blitz going there. Kind of made the QB really question who's open and put a lot of pressure on him. Ended up working out perfectly as there was 3 Suwannee Bulldogs right in the middle of the field, and one ended up getting an interception there. So really well-rounded play, putting pressure on the QB and ending up with the pick.
Yeah, Manigo threw that one in traffic as the Suwannee Bulldog, Jason Morin, will march off to the sidelines. Glad he's okay. And the Stingray defense will be right back on the field. Try to get their offense the ball back.
So far in the only 5 minutes into the 2nd quarter and 2nd quarter in the game, both defenses been really proficient.
Yeah, defensive battle after the 2 opening drive touchdowns from both teams. 0 points scored since 5 minutes left in that 1st quarter. As Sykes fakes the pitch here. And looking downfield, throws on the run. And this one is caught. And going down the sideline, Michael Rawson breaking tackles and down near the goal line. Boy, what a throw by Thomas Sykes. And he is able to get it on to his man. And Michael Rawson down there. They're right at about the 3-yard line.
Really great job by the Suwannee offense. As you can see, the quarterback rolled out, kind of took the defenders in thinking he was going to run, but on the scramble, chucks it downfield to his open receiver, and now they're within the 5-yard line. They're about to score a touchdown.
Yeah, knock on the doorstep for the Bulldogs. Got some extra linemen in there. Sykes. Hands off, and Mooring tries to get the edge, dives for the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And Suwannee's able to take the lead after the Atlantic Coast Stingrays had the opening score. Jace Mooring on the carry.
And what a good play by the Suwannee Bulldogs, really trusting your O-lineman. And how about the running back not giving up on the play? Got tripped up there for a second, but still dove for it. Gave him 6.
Yeah, great effort there. By the running back Morin as AJ hit out to kick the extra point. Extend the Bulldogs lead to 7 here. And it's right down the middle. So the Bulldogs answer back off the turnover. And Corsen, how important are points off turnovers?
Man, this is huge. As you can see, in 2 plays, the Suwannee has the ball, and then now all of a sudden, they just scored a touchdown. And so it just goes to show every possession counts. And if you can get the ball on defense, that's just going to help you, and it's going to fuel your team. And so it's really crucial. Play smart and try not to make mistakes like that, throwing over in the middle of the field in triple coverage. But Suwannee looking really good, able to capitalize off a big turnover like that already in their own territory. Suwannee really shocking a lot of faces tonight.
Yeah, huge, taking advantage of the turnover. As you saw there, Isaiah Jackson getting some words of encouragement by his coaches. They got to get this defensive line to get some pressure and crowd the line. Not let long plays like that happen. As you saw the throw from Sykes to Michael Rawson for a huge gain. The Stingrays face a early deficit, the second straight home game. But like we saw in that Creekside game 2 weeks ago, Atlantic Coast was down 22 points as another kick will go and roll out of bounds. And who's going to have the ball here? Suwannee. And it looks like the Bulldogs have the ball for a second straight time on the opening or on the kickoff. How detrimental is that? Right into the 35-yard line.
But just like you said, second time they've kicked it off. First time was an onside kick. This one looked more like a squib kick and an onside kick. Kind of bounced, popped up high, caught the Stingray special teams off guard. And now Suwannee on the 35 in good field position. And the Stingrays seem to be pinned. And what a really well-designed and well-executed play from the Bulldogs just now.
Yeah, but it seems to be working here. That's their second straight recovery. As Thomas Sykes back at the receiver position here. So it's going to be direct snap to Rawson, who will take it, and he's crowded at the 9. There's Isaiah Jackson making the play. Atlantic Coast defense line comes up big there on that play.
And this is
along
where you really
with Cameron Murphy.
This is where you really want to trust your D-line. Like you were saying, Cam Murphy and all these stars on the defense. After that kick, you start to think to yourself, you start to get all mad about it because you let that up twice now. And so I feel like this is really going to fuel the defense. And big plays like that, pushing the Bulldogs back, is exactly what you need.
That's definitely there. So a loss of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Sykes on an RPO, lobs it up, and just overshoots his man. He's looking for Logan Brooks. Good coverage by Jamarcus Jones. And now 3rd and long coming up for Suwannee. Boy, Atlantic Coast needs a stop here.
3rd and 12. The Stingrays have been extraordinary this season with defense, especially on 3rd and longs. And so this is the time where the Stingray defense needs to step up. Obviously, they need 12 yards here, so definitely play smart, play conservative, but definitely play a little aggressive. Have some pep in your step to be able to stop this next play.
3rd and long. Sykes, heavy pressure coming, flips it out, and here we go. Open field, and it's Jace Morin. First down and a lot more inside the 10. And Suwannee is set up again inside the 5. And the Bulldogs, another chance to score here. Wow. Atlantic Coast defense brought the heavy pressure, but Sykes had an outlet.
Now this play by the Bulldogs is exactly is exactly, it points to the coaching. And, you know, some coaches could have ran it or did a super, like, easy pass just to, you know, get in field goal range. But Suwannee really went for more, and, you know, they didn't want 3 points. They wanted possibility of getting a touchdown, and they executed that play perfectly.
Now see if they can punch it in here. Cooks, and he is going to walk in the end zone. That's another touchdown for Suwannee. And they extend their lead. The Stingrays defense, like you were just mentioning, a play away from getting off the field and now allow another touchdown here.
And this game most certainly isn't over. Suwannee recovering 2 onside kicks, so sometime you got to talk to your special teams and you got to really figure out, you know, what's the problem here? What can you fix and how can we stop this? And I don't know, maybe Suwannee will stop doing it, maybe they'll bring it back, but 2 times and 2 successful recoveries, you got to reanalyze and go back to the drawing board here.
Yeah, most definitely, as they extend the lead 21-7, and that's 21 unanswered points for Suwannee after an early Stingray touchdown. Atlantic Coast has not been able to get the offense going. Again, in this first half here, still 7:55 to go left in the first half. Atlantic Coast down 14.
I've really been impressed with the Bulldogs offense. As you can see, they've been really efficient, smart plays, really been able to keep composure against such a tough and difficult Stingray defense. And so, as the score shows, 21-7, it's all deserving for the Bulldogs offense here.
No doubt about it. As we'll see what's going to happen here on this kickoff. 2 straight kickoffs have been recovered by the Bulldogs of Suwannee. We'll see if the Atlantic Coast Stingrays can finally adjust and, well, get the ball. See what they come up with here, try to combat Suwannee's onside kicks, and they finally kick this one off in normal fashion all the way in the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Stingrays will offense take over here, down 14 here in the second quarter. A senior night special.
And this is not the first time the Stingers have been down before. The Stingers are definitely notorious for making a comeback and, you know, not giving up. Even when the score, you know, they're down 14 and there's only, you know, 7 minutes left. There's still plenty of ball game left. And if I was Step Durham, you know, I would tell my team, hey, don't fret. We have stars. All we have to do is keep our composure and keep playing football. And I think the Stingrays can definitely get back in it.
No doubt about it. First play of the drive. Hand off Jordan Bell, and Bell is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage there. Flag is down. So the call is tackled there by Kyler Watson. Looks like a sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
So no yardage there.
Short gain on the play.
No yardage on the penalty. Comes a second and 10 for the Stingrays. Low snap is off and wrapped down. Wow, what a play.
Bell on the carry.
Delwyn Allen. And a big flag, face mask called on the Bulldogs, and that'll give the Atlantic Coast Stingers a first down.
Face mask.
And I was about to say, Corsen, that was a lot of contact there near the face mask on that tackle on Bell.
It seemed like even the play before, Suwannee been making some questionable tackles there. You know, little horse call, or even like the call just now, a little face mask. And so it was only a matter of time before, you know, the refs were on that one.
So if Atlantic Coast needing to get their offense going here, down 14 in the second quarter. First and 10, low snap, and another flag comes out, and a false start going to be on the Stingrays.
False start, Stingrays.
We'll push Atlantic Coast back once again And flags have really costed the Stingray team who, boy, it just looked like they had all the momentum coming out in that opening kickoff. And then the touchdown by Jordan Bell. And since then, it has been smooth sailing for the Bulldogs on both sides of the ball. See if Atlantic Coast can stop that momentum and gain some of their own here in this drive. Manigo. By Bell in the backfield. Throws it. Jeremiah Evans on a screen, and he's going nowhere. Wrapped down by Morin. It's not going to be any gain there, so 2nd and 15 coming up.
Stingrays definitely having some weapons in the receiving position, and, you know, 2nd and 11 now in your own territory. Just like you said, we need to utilize them and definitely try to get some yardage here. And let's see if the Stingray offense can capitalize and utilize their weapons on this drive.
No doubt about it. So here in a second. And long, Manigo drops back, throws in there on cue. Corsen, it's Ethan Reddy makes a move, breaking ankles across the 50 for a first down and more. Great move by Redding there, able to split free in the middle of the defense on a crossing route. And Atlantic Coast moving inside Suwannee territory.
Talking about weapons like we just were, look no further than Ethan Redding. As you can see, big play for the Stingrays. And now they're past the 50, first down. It seems like a lot of momentum was gained off of just that one play.
No doubt it was a official timeout. Get a little water break here on a crucial drive by the Stingrays. Like I said, they got to stay calm. And, of course, we saw that Creekside game. They were down 22 points in the 4th quarter. With about 8 minutes left. Atlantic Coast was able to come back and cut that lead down to 6. And they were just unable to finish the game. Creekside got a first down to end it and put the nail in the coffin. But Atlantic Coast, like I said, showed resilience in that last quarter. And it just is a testament to how Coach Steph Durham has changed the culture of this team to keep fighting until that final buzzer sounds. As Manigo come right back out on the field after the official timeout. 6:04 remain here in this first half. Stingrays still down by 14. They have a good offensive drive going here. See if they can keep it up. Right around the Bulldogs 47. Redding in motion. They hand it off to Bell, and oh boy, a swarm of Bulldogs wrap up Bell. Looks like Clay Starling came away with the ball, but Forward Progress stopped the play.
Past couple run plays by the Stingrays offense has actually been read and stopped for either about a 1-yard gain or a loss. And so if you're the offense, what do you do now? Jordan Bell being the star he is, but it seems like the Bulldogs are actually reading the plays and stopping the run game.
It's definitely a great defense performance here for the Bulldogs. This first half, Manigo across the middle and on cue again, another breakup. Coy Fryer almost picked that one off. And again, Manigo throws it in traffic across the middle, intended for Redding.
Look, just like that one interception, receiver going on a little slant, coming across the middle. The DBs and safeties are sitting there reading it, and a really risky throw there as it was almost picked off.
3rd and 13. Coming up for the Stingrays. Hughes 3rd and long for both sides. Whistles blow and a timeout called by Suwannee. And of course, what are you looking for here on a play? Third and long, you're at your own, or you're at the 50-yard line.
Well, the past couple plays, like we said previously, the running game has really been getting stopped. And on 3rd and 13, right at the 50-yard line, you kind of got to talk to yourself. Out of field goal range, we haven't really utilized our weapons too much, but when we do, it definitely has been working. And so it really comes down to picking the right play, the execution, but also the receivers and the weapons being utilized.
See what Suwannee draws up here on defense after the timeout.
Also, the Stingrays O-line, if I'm the O-line, I'm talking to my guys, and I'm telling them, hey, look, this is a big play. We need to give our quarterback all the time he can and help utilize our wide receivers by giving them that more time and protecting them.
5:12 remain in this first half. 3rd and long. Bell joins Manigo in the backfield. Redding in motion. And it looks like another screen play, and it's knocked away. A little bit too high there for Evans. And a Suwannee defense again swarming. Almost looks like they're reading the play again. Pass break up there by Frederick Cooks. And the special teams will come on for the Stingrays here. And the Bulldogs come up with another stop.
Yeah, we were just talking about it, utilizing the wide receivers. But recently on the screen passes, the Bulldogs have really been able to read that, pressure them, and ultimately break up the passes, leaving the Stingrays with no yards, leaving him to punt with London McIver.
McIver does have a boot. See if he can pin the Bulldogs deep and help this Stingray defense try to give the offense another chance.
London McIver actually was a kicker before he took on the role of punting this season. Oh,
it looks like they draw him off sides here. Make the punt a little bit easier for McIver.
Offsides, Bulldog, 5-yard penalty.
well, prior to that snap, what we were saying, London McIver actually took on the role of punter without much experience. You know, he's really been working and putting in the work and the practice to be better at punting. And, you know, it's definitely shown the improvement and the longevity of how far he can punt has definitely increased. But just some inspiration there for you. It goes to show you can really achieve stuff if you put your mind to it.
Kyver punting just beyond the 50. And this one is going to get a Stingray bounce here. Great punt by London McIver on cue again. Corsen. This one going right inside the 5. And it'll pin the Bulldogs deep in their own territory. And a huge opportunity here for the Stingray defense to get a stop.
Just like we said, this is a guy that has no previous experience with punting and took on the role because the Stingrays lacked a punter. And as you can see, this is not the first time, but he put that well within the 5-yard line, leaving the Stingray defense in a great position to make a stop.
So Suwannee offense back on the field. Sykes takes a snap from his own end zone. And handoff again. And he's got room to run. Bulldogs moving the ball right up again. It's Delwyn Allen. Moves the sticks. That's exactly what the Stingers did not want to do on defense. Let up a big play. Momentum keeps rolling here for the Bulldogs.
And what a great read by the running back. Like you said, I mean, this isn't the first big play he's had. And as you can see, he just gave the Bulldogs some breathing room. After being pinned within the 5-yard line, now they're over here just shy of the 20, and they have a lot more room for a big play.
No doubt about it. Here's a handoff to Moran, and he will be brought down right into the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second and long coming up for Suwannee. Moran still in the backfield. We got a one-on-one with Michael Rawson. See if they go attack him. Sykes has pressure coming and just throws this one near the line of scrimmage. Will be incomplete. And a third down coming up for the Bulldogs. See if Stingers can get a stop.
we talked about it earlier, Stingray defense really applying that pressure. As you can see, they did it again. And now 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Sykes on the 3rd and long. Drops back. Has pressure. He steps up to it, and he is brought down from behind. Ball came out on the play. There is Darnell Malpress once again. Looks like the Bulldogs were able to recover it there. But the Stingray defense comes up with a stop. And now Corsen is just up to the offense to try to get the Stingrays back into this game.
Yeah, like you said, it is up to the offense. Like we said earlier, really explosive receivers, really explosive running back in Jordan Bell. And so now it's just up to see if they can execute, if they can get the right plays down and, you know, keep their composure. 2 minutes and 50 seconds ticking. Definitely enough time, but we'll definitely see if it's
a short
executed
kick here
perfectly.
by Hit. Rolls just past the 50. And it'll be down right near the 46-yard line. The Stingers offense will take over. About 2:43 left here in this first half.
2:43 left, just past the 50-yard line. This is pretty good field position for the Stingrays. If I was Coach Stepp, I'd tell him, hey, look, we know what we can do. We trust in our people, but all we have to do is execute, and we just definitely have a chance to only be down 7 at half.
As he's there from the student section, a little Sweet Caroline going on here, but a low snap. And Manigo is going to have to try to make a play for himself. And that's going to be a loss on a bad snap there. As, there we go. Atlantic student section.
Maybe the mic will pick it up, but they're about to yell their hearts out.
little sweet
There we
Caroline
go.
action here. Still kicking here. See, they know in that Creekside game, this game is not over at all by any
certainly not.
circumstance. Still a lot of football to be played here.
Even
About
before
2:10.
you were up here, Ben, I mean, where you were down there making noise, joining them, and so you know a little
always
bit
had
about
hope.
it.
We
Energy's
had
always
hope.
here, huh?
Most definitely, we always had hope. 2 minute mark here. Manigo looking to throw across the middle and incomplete. Thrown in heavy traffic again. Manigo looks like he's throwing it really quick, but he has a bunch of time to make his reads and progressions. Now 3rd and long once again for Atlantic Coast. About 1:58.
There's a crucial play there. Looked like number 2 on the far left side of the sideline here. I don't know if the camera got it, but he looked wide open. And so at that point, it's up to your QB. Look around, see your options and see your weapons just to, you know, see who's open so you can make the big plays.
3rd and 14 coming up. Manigo, another low snap. Drops back. Pass escapes some pressure. Manigo throws on the run. Caught by Evans. Oh my goodness, what a pass. Flag is down. We'll see what the call is. What a pass by Manigo as he got drilled, and that is going to be a holding, and it'll bring the play back, and that'll be another huge loss for the Stingrays. Wow. What a throw, though, by Manigo on that play.
Yeah, and there we go again. More flags holding the Stingrays back. Like you said, what a play. You know, some would say it looked a little Mahomey on the run, little throw. Picked up the first down, but unfortunately got sent back.
Third and 24 going on. Manigo throws, and one-handed grab by Redding right into the 50. He's going to be short of a first down, but good catch there by Redding. Man is down for Suwannee in the backfield.
Like we said, keeping your
looks to be
composure.
Hunter Watson down, but well, we'll see what the decision is here for the Stingers. Looks like they are going to send out the punt team. Possibly
like we said, keeping your composure, utilizing your weapons, and seeing your receivers get open. Redding's been on fire. People would almost say he's wide receiver 1, you know, someone as reliable. And as you can see, athletic. He caught that one-handed on the run and managed to get out of bounds, stop the clock at a minute 39.
Yeah, very athletic play by Redding. And we'll see what the decision is for Coach Step Durham. See what he decides to do on a 4th and 7. Right near midfield. Suwannee does get the ball to start the second half. Of course, so what's your mindset here as a coach in this situation?
You know, it's really hard to tell. The offense has been pretty inconsistent. You know, some big plays, but also some not. And so the student section actually just got hyped. I don't know if that's because of the Songer ball, but yeah, honestly, I would honestly punt here, take it, maybe try to pin him in between the 5-yard line, and then you know, rely on your defense, go into half, and then just kind of recuperate with yourself.
McIver back on to punt this one away. Good snap. McIver sends it away. It'll roll and return brought down. Oh, a really good tackle there. Jabbar McMillan on the tackle, and Suwannee will take over right near the 25-yard line. About a minute 9, so Suwannee has a chance to go down and score. Sorry, minute 12 left. Suwannee has a chance to go down and score and still get the ball back and start second half. See if Stingray defense can stop that from happening.
Now, Ben, as Suwannee, I mean, they've been really, really consistent and have had many big plays. With a minute 12, what are your thoughts after being in your own territory? Would you kneel it going to halftime, or would you try to rush on the field, get a touchdown, or maybe a field goal?
I would just try to get as many points as I can on the board here. Like you mentioned, I think a field goal would be okay. They have one timeout left as the carry here, Delwyn Allen, short gain. Clock's still ticking here under a minute. Be interesting to see how the Bulldogs use their timeout. Stingrays, yeah, like you said, you just can't let them score here on this drive. If you're on the Atlantic Coast defense, like you said, they do get the ball. Direct snap here to Michael Rawson, and Rawson's been making play after play here. Gets out of bounds near the 40. Clock will keep running.
If I was Suwannee, I would try to get in field goal range here. And by field goal range, it's actually a really long range.
Clock is running here. 20 seconds left, and it looks like Suwannee looks like they're going to let this clock run out here, and that will end the half here. It is 21-7. The Suwannee Bulldogs spoiling the senior night here at the Stingrays so far. Still another half to go, but Stingrays scored an opening drive touchdown, and after that, 0 points and 21 unanswered from the Bulldogs at half. See what adjustments Stingrays can make here on a cool October night here in Jacksonville at the Bay. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at the Bay. About a couple more minutes till we get this second half kicked off. Corsen, talk to me just about what you saw in that first half overall from Atlantic Coast, offense and defensively.
You know, offensively, they kept getting stopped on the run. Seems like Suwannee was really able to kind of read and see what they were going to do. But again, some explosive plays as they utilize their weapons in the wide receiver position, like Jeremiah Evans. And, you know, it really comes down to how much time the quarterback gets in the pocket, honestly. Some of these plays, they've had almost 5+ seconds, but others, I mean, he's been swarmed in like less than 2. And so if I was Step, you know, I'd tell the O-line, you know, really hold your ground, you know, keep fighting, keep trying to hold them off. But defensively, they haven't really been playing too bad. The Bulldogs have really been playing efficiently, really finding gaps and little small mistakes in the Stingrays defense. But think about it, 14 of the 21 points Suwannee scored was from special teams.
Most definitely. And look at this. Coach Step Durham gathering the entire team in this huddle right here, giving some motivation. And this is, you know, these are some of these seniors' last home games of their entire high school career. They may never play another football game again on a team. You know, if they're pursuing other goals or, you know, they don't make it to the college level like they want to, or as they say, I mean, you got to go all out in the second half, no matter what the score is. And, of course, we keep mentioning it, that Creekside game where they did and do just that. They didn't give up. They kept showing resilience. And they were able to almost potentially win that game. But right here, you're down 14. These players giving so much effort in every single practice of this school, to the coaches, to their teammates. This is going to make or break, I mean, your season. Of course, trying to get to 500 if you're Coach Step Durham in your second year here at Atlantic Coast. Reputation's on the line. And, you know, like I said, senior night's on the line. This is possibly your final half of football at home of your high school career.
Like you said, last game, I mean, doesn't that just put a spark in you, kind of fuels the fire to come out here and your last game as a Stingray at the Bay with a bang, you know. If I was Step, I'd definitely be firing my boys up. Come out here, play hard. Game is definitely still in reach. I mean, you're only down 14, so there's still a lot of game to be played.
No doubt about it. Hopefully we have a fun second half. If you're just joining us, Atlantic Coast down by 14 here. Opening drive score by the Stingrays. Put them up 7, and then 21 unanswered points by Suwannee. Has them at a 14-point lead. They also retrieve this second half kickoff. Santos will boot this one away, and it's going to be fielded here. Zion Walker going to take it near the 20, and he'll bring it out to about the 30-yard line. And Suwannee Bulldogs offense will come out on the field for the first time in this half.
Coming out after halftime, it'll be really cool to see how both teams adjust, kind of what they talked about, see if they can execute what exactly they talked about. Stingray defense, see if they can tweak some of the mistakes. As we could see from the first half, Suwannee had some big runs, QB sneaks, handoffs, and big plays. Seemed like they kind of tore apart the Stingray defense a little bit. So it'll be cool to see if Suwannee keeps pursuing to do that, and if maybe the Stingrays can stop that, patch it up, come back with an interception, fumble, and like they do best, keep pressuring the quarterback.
So here we go. Suwannee, Sykes will take over here. Moran joins him in the backfield. And he'll look over here. Noah Lopez has a blocker of field and a short gain there. Good tackle by Murphy. And about a second, looks like a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8 coming up. Bulldogs. Handoff. And wow, up the middle. Look at this play by the D-line of the Stingrays here. Flooding the gates. Cameron Murphy again with the tackle. And also pressure there from Malpress and Malachi Ross. And Atlantic Coast forces the Bulldogs to lose yards in the 3rd and long coming up.
Just as we said, the Stingray defense doing what they do best, attacking that pressure, the tackles for loss. And look at that, right after the play, as you can see, the Stingray defense, or at least the O-line, took a knee right on the line. These boys they're not done, and they're ready for more.
3rd and long, Sykes, pressure again, and this one is going to be dropped out of reach. Hit the hand of Moran, but unable to corral it, and that is another stop for this defense by the Stingrays. And Corsen, this offense has to get rolling.
Yes,
if they
it
want
does.
to get back in this game.
As you can see, the quarterback looks really relaxed here. Thought he had a lot more time like he usually does, but Stingray defense applied that pressure, and he had to get rid of it. I don't even think the running back was ready for that, hence why hit the one hand, and he actually dropped that. And so kind of a rough start for the Bulldogs.
After 21 unanswered points, Suwannee is not able to do anything on 3 straight drives. Stingray defense has come up with a stop. Hit. Will boot this. Gets a good roll. Gonna go to about the 35 of the Stingrays. And that is where Rocco Manigo and the offense will take over here. Atlantic Coast has not scored since that opening drive. And that drive ended at 11-10 in the 1st quarter. And scoreless since then.
And so we talk about key players. Some key players I'd look out for. Jordan Bell, the man himself, always running with something inside of him that we don't even know, but he does not go down. And then if you do get him down, you might as well go get a lottery
No doubt
ticket.
about it. Manigo. That's back wide open there. And a good catch and run for a 1st down. Ezekiel Cooper out across 45 in Atlantic Coast. Good play to start the drive here. And quick throws like that from Manigo. They've got to connect. You want to keep moving the ball, keep this Bulldog defense on their toes.
And you know, the whole 1st half, Ethan Redding has been that star wide receiver, almost like their go-to. Maybe coming into the 2nd half, maybe Stingray offense can utilize some of the other guys.
No doubt about it. Low snap. Bell shanks off a tackle, then has a flag down. Could be a face mask call. We'll see what that call is. Bell's still able to dive for about 5 yards. Personal foul, face mask on the Bulldogs. And Atlantic Coast with another 1st down off a penalty here. And they'll move inside Bulldog territory. And here comes possibly the spark that the Stingrays need on offense.
You know, I love this play by Jordan Bell. As you can see, got face masked, kind of lost where he was for a second, but he kept pushing forward. He didn't give up, and he actually got a small little gain there, got over the line of scrimmage. And that's exactly what you look for in a running back and as a football player.
Jordan Bell plays for his team, plays for the guys around him, plays for his coaches, plays for the school. Represent as he takes the carry, and Jordan Bell making moves. Jordan Bell! Look at him go on cue. That's a touchdown, showing the shoe bottoms. And getting a touchdown. That's 6 for the Stingrays. Jordan Bell showing out on his senior night, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And he gives the Stingrays the spark they needed. Atlantic Coast cuts this lead down to 6. Jordan Bell, 37-yard touchdown run. And it looks like a 2-point conversion try here from the Stingrays. Interesting decision by Atlantic Coast. Oh, no, they're going to kick the field goal. I was about to say, Corsen, that would have been an interesting decision.
You already have the momentum. You already have the energy. After that big explosive run from Jordan Bell, why not just make it a touchdown difference, you know?
And they'll do just that. Santos knocks it through. Cuts it down to a 1-score game. 7 is the difference now between these two teams, 21-14. And with this defense rolling, Corsen, we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, Bulldogs coming out after halftime really struggled to get much yards. Defense swarmed them, constant pressure. And now the offense comes right back out, drives it down the field. That's a 37-yard touchdown right there. I mean, it's looking really good for the Stingrays. If I were them, I'd really hold on to this momentum, continue to talk about it, and see if we could duplicate it and use this for the 9 minutes and the extra 15 minutes for this whole second half, you know?
Great points there. Corsen, you mentioned a lot of time left in this ball game. And with defense coming up 3 straight stops on the Bulldogs' last 3 drives, they certainly have the momentum.
On that concept of time, there's still 9 minutes and 44 seconds in this quarter. After having the Bulldogs come out, try to drive the field, unfortunately failed, and then taking down the field and scored, they did that in a really timely manner. They still have a lot of time and only a 7-point difference. So the Stingrays really working efficiently and really kind of consuming the time, trying to hold on to it because it is precious and it can slip, especially in a game like this.
No doubt about it. Ian Santos getting set to kick right back off to the Bulldogs. As gets set for Suwannee, and here's a pooch kick. That's going to roll and recovered here and looking to bring him down. Great tackle there. Jabari McMillan on the tackle. Suwannee looked like they were a little prepared for that, but not really. They know who to recover the ball to. So Stingrays a little creativity on the kickoff, trying to match what Suwannee did in that first half with those 2 onside kick returns, in which they were able to convert on both of those drives for a touchdown.
Exactly, just like you said, Suwannee was successful, and it almost seemed like AC tried to dabble in a little bit of what they were doing, say, hey, see if we can kick it down the field, put them in pretty bad field position, but also possibly recover the ball again.
1st and 10. Suwannee right about near the AC 30. And they hand this one back off. Looks like Allen will take it for a couple of yards. Pick up of around 5. Big 2nd and 5 coming up here for Suwannee. Stingrays show pressure. Sykes' little flip here to Moran, and Moran has a 1st down. And a couple more. Well, Jace Moran has showed his elusiveness, being able to hit those creases. Not easy to take down. And this good Stingray defense. And a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
You know, we talked about the Stingray defense trying to limit the plays that just happened, those big gap plays where they find that space and actually execute on that, and they run right through the defense. If I was a defense, I'd definitely try to work on that.
Ran another carry and big hit. Boy, laying the lumber there. Tayshawn Brown. Another gain of 5 by the Bulldogs.
Tayshawn Brown, he's only a sophomore. I mean, a big
Only
hit like that,
huge hit.
in my opinion, and I think you'd agree too, it kind of sucked getting hit by like that every game.
Definitely going to have to hope he had a mouth guard in on that one. 2nd and 6. Sykes dropping back, throwing for Rawson, and oh, it's dropped! He had Rawson, who beat Jones right through the hands. Could have had a touchdown there. Boy, Sykes dropped that right in the bread basket and unable to secure the bread.
You said it best. I mean, as a wide receiver, that's the holy grail. QB drops, throws it over the shoulder, 2 hands out, and you just can't come up with it. I know he's going to be thinking about that and definitely regretting it, as it could have possibly been a touchdown there for the Bulldogs.
The big 3rd and 6 coming up here right at midfield. Suwannee trying to get their offense going again. Stingray defense trying to get off the field once again. Sykes drops back to throw. He rolls to his left, and he has some room to run. Sykes has a first down and gets out of bounds. Good play by Sykes there, realizing he had the open grass and able to pick up the first down. Stingray defense undisciplined there, not accounting for the quarterback.
That's exactly what you look for in a quarterback. Really smart decision, analyzing the field, realizing, hey, no one's open. I'm going to take this, do this with my own, on his own 2 feet, put the matters in his own hands, and now he saved the drive for Suwannee, and they get a first down past the 50-yard line. It's looking really promising for him.
Little Josh Allenex there from Thomas Sykes. First and 10, the Bulldogs in Stingray territory now. So hand off. Oh, he's lit up! Tayshawn Brown once again. Make a name for yourself. Big hit in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a loss of about 3 or 4 there.
Tayshawn Brown is a sophomore, and he's only 5'10". Looking at him on the field, definitely don't underestimate him. As you can see, 2 big hits, and it's a 2-yard loss there.
Huge hits. Brown not letting up. Sykes on a 2nd and long, and they set up the screen play. And open field, Moran has some room and brought down across the 30 of the Stingrays. And another big run for Moran. Set up the screen nicely. Stingers are not ready for it.
This was a similar play off the touchdown in the first half. The Stingrays brought almost like a blitz. The linebackers also pressing. The QB didn't have much time to throw it, but his running back was open, and he had some blockers in front of it. And look, that was a big, pretty solid gain there for him. And luckily it wasn't a touchdown, because last time he took it all the way to the house. So another really good, smart, composed play for the Bulldogs.
Looks like an official timeout. Little water break here. These coaches trying to motivate this defense to get off the field. After the Stingers offense, they were able to march down the field and score after a big Jordan Bell run.
And, you know, if I'm the coach, I mean, a lot of this stuff that Suwannee's doing is repetitive. They've done it before, and so it's really nothing new. So if I'm the coach, I'm telling them, like, hey, look, you've seen this. You know how to react. You know, we've practiced on this. You know how to stop them. But it's all about executing, being aware, and making sure that whenever the time comes, you got to pounce on that opportunity, and you really got to play hard to stop them.
Tayshawn Brown has been a star on this drive. The Stingray defense. Malpress has been all over the ball all night. Marcus Jones done a nice job covering these big receivers. And this defense line has put pressure on Sykes, but Tommy Sykes has been able to make some nice plays. Had a nice throw on the run. Down to Michael Rawson earlier in the first half. To the 1st and 10. Sykes feels pressure again. Malpress almost got there. Oh, what a grab by Rawson right over the head of the corner. That'll move the sticks once again. Caden Murray unable to knock the ball out. Boy, Michael Rawson, have yourself a game. And a good throw there from Sykes as Malpress is coming with the heat. Another 1st and 10 now in the red zone for Suwannee. First and 10. Sykes throwing it up in the jump ball, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage. Kamari Murray, no flags. Could have saved a touchdown there. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs.
As a defender, I mean, solid coverage there. Throw it up. He had that on, some would say he had that on locks, and it was a really low chance that Suwannee could have got that.
Seatbelt Nation.
Yeah.
Second and 10. With Suwannee threatening here, deep inside AC territory. Handoff, Rawson. Cut up for a gain of about 6 or 5 there. Gonna be third down, and we got a Stingray down. Not too sure who that is. See if he's okay. Trainers come out. It's like Cameron Murphy. The 23 gets up, looks to be okay. Shout out to trainer Brock. Doing his job as always. And great sign with Cameron Murphy getting up and looks to be okay here as a huge 3rd and 5 coming up from the Bulldogs. See if Stingers can get a stop here and hold them to 3 points potentially on this drive. Crucial drive for Stingray defense. About just more than halfway through this 3rd quarter. Sykes fakes the pitch, and he's got a wide open man. Coy Fryer walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Great play design by Suwannee. A lot of motion happening on that play. Fake pitch to Moran, and then they had Fryer roll out.
Those rollout plays, they're lethal. As you can see, they work like a charm if perfectly executed. And Suwannee puts another 6 on the board there. And just a nice composed offense, trusted in their teammates. And look at that.
Extra point is through from AJ Hitt. And he extends this one right back to 14. See if the Stingray offense can answer. Try to keep themselves in this game.
And quick little shout out, Jace Morin, Suwannee kicker. He's actually 4 for 4 on PATs. And actually, excuse me, AJ Hitt. Suwannee has their fair share of kickers actually. Both kickers easily kicking it from 30 plus. And definitely a lethal weapon, especially in tight games.
No doubt about it. On this senior night edition of Friday Night Lights, last home game of the season for Atlantic Coast. Down 2 scores. And this one about more than halfway through the 3rd quarter. It's a lot of football to be played. As the Suwannee Bulldogs scored on their first drive after being stopped on 3 straight drives by the Stingray defense. Going to march down the field and hit Coy Fryer for his first touchdown of the game. As AJ Hitt will kick this one off. Down to return, it looks like McMillan, who will take it out from the goal line. Jabbar McMillan jumping over people, and look at McMillan staying on his feet. Boy, good return there across the 35-yard line. We've seen some interesting kickoff returns along with kickoffs in this game, Corsen, as we have a little extracurricular there on the sideline.
Yeah, for sure. Suwannee with their first actual kick and almost actually went to the end zone. So some would say maybe let it go through the end zone, kind of take your yardage, but they wanted to take it into their own hands, and look at that. Now they have better field position than they would if they did, you know, let it go through the end zone there.
Now we'll see if the Stingers can put together another scoring offensive drive here. And it looks like there was a flag on the play. Personal foul on number 20. Looks like Zaylen Martin with the flag here, and no flag. I didn't see a flag on the field when on that return. But this will move the Stingrays now back all the way right about into the 18-yard line, looks like. So another flag from Atlantic Coast pushes them back after a good return by McMillan. Rocco Manigo back to direct this offense. Driving this third quarter. Manigo does not hand it off, and that is going to be wrapped up for no gain. Right into the line of scrimmage there. Manigo decided not to hand it off to Bell in the RPO. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Seems like Stinger offense has been a little slow, not really getting much yardage, and looks almost a little sloppy. So let's hope they can kind of, regroup, stay organized, stay focused, because this game, like we've been saying previously, it's not out of reach, No
doubt here is Manigo ran into Bell. The ball is free. Who's going to have it? This could be a huge mistake for Atlantic Coast. Well, it looks like the Stingers did recover it here. Wow, that would have been a huge turnover inside their own territory. Looks like Manigo ran into Bell in the handoff. Kind of halted and messed up the flow of the play there.
Yeah, we talked about, being organized. It's really crucial because especially when this happens, they could have just gave the ball away in perfect field position for Suwannee, but, luckily they did recover the ball.
Big 3rd and long coming up. Another low snap. Gives it out to Bell. Bell, an open field, and he's going to be wrapped up right back near the original line of scrimmage, and that'll go for a gain of about 10 there, and it'll be short of a 1st down. So Suwannee's defense comes up with a huge stop.
And a little disorganization. Don't really know what happened here, but London McIver having to yell at some of the teammates. But now, Stingrays hike the ball. London punts it. Little forward roll, but it's going to be returned.
Right to Rawson. Flag is down. Rawson gets outside. Rawson has some speed. Another flag comes out. Rawson near the 40-yard line of the Stingrays. We'll see what these 2 flags are.
Seemed like some discombobulation at the beginning, so kind of seemed like the Stingers got a little lucky on there that didn't get a delayed game or, another penalty pushing them back even further, but pretty solid punt, here. But another flag, like you said, was thrown. Looked like a holding call.
Yep, got a hold. There was also another flag thrown. It looked like that would be a hold as well. So 2 holds on the play for Suwannee. Will push this return back. So Suwannee will have the ball right near the 45. Thomas Sykes and the offense will take over again after their touchdown drive. Fake the handoff. Sykes going to take it himself here. Nowhere to go, really. Just puts his head down, and that'll be no gain.
The Stingrays defense actually read it like a book there. And it seems like the Stingrays defense is going to have to step up, wouldn't you say? Especially being down, 14 points.
Yeah, defense wins games, and they've certainly done a nice job tonight. Just the offense has not been able to find a spark. A couple of touchdown drives, but has not been enough. Of course, the huge turnover, and then not being able to recover those onside kicks that Suwannee pulled out of their sleeve here. As Sykes slides to his left and delivers a nice throw to Noah Lopez. That'll be a first down near the 40 of the Stingrays. And the Bulldogs again move the sticks.
And that is another first down for the Bulldogs. Stingrays' defense seems to be kind of struggling a little bit and letting up some yards. And so it'll really be interesting to see how the Stingrays kind of recuperate from this. And if they can end up stopping Suwannee from, again, driving down the field and scoring.
1st and 10. Inside Stingray territory. Sykes and off Moran. Gets the carry. Good crease. And he's out right near the markers and he's just short. 2nd and short coming up for the Bulldogs.
Stingrays making a substitution here. See if the defense can stop this run game. This run game has really been piercing through the D-line and really been contributing to Suwannee driving down the field. And so Stingrays really need to get a hold of this if they, want a chance at stopping them.
2nd and short. Moran. Another run up the middle. Helmet flies off. And a man is down for the Stingrays here. As Moran picked up the first down. Boy, that helmet flew off. Like Jordan Clark. And he's going to go back down here. Trainers might have to go check on him.
Yeah, glad he's okay. I mean, some thought it was a fumble. Some thought the ball went flying. But, you never really see a helmet go flying at that kind of speed. So
yeah,
that was
dangerous play there.
Hopefully he's okay, yeah. And, safety's always number one. You never wish an injury on anyone. Coming from a basketball player yourself, obviously prone to a bunch of injuries, but
that'll also be the last play of the quarter, as Jordan Clark will get checked on, and we will head to the 4th quarter with the Stingrays down 14 on their senior night game, last home game of the season. Stingrays will go to the graveyard and play the Reigns Vikings, who's currently ranked number 1 in Duval County in Jacksonville as of right now. That'll be a tough matchup for the Stingrays, who also just played undefeated Nice last week. Lost that game 44-12. So Suwannee will have a first down right near the 30-yard line to start this 4th quarter. Thomas Sykes has been phenomenal tonight. No turnovers. Touchdown pass to Coy Fryer. A couple of touchdown runs for Moran, who's also been phenomenal here. As we get this 4th quarter underway, there's 12 minutes left here, this last home game for the Atlantic Coast Stingrays. Sykes fakes the handoff, goes on a slant route just out of reach there of Rawson, who was open. And that has been the matchup of the night, Michael Rawson and Jamarcus Jones.
And a really lucky stop there by the defense. Suwannee O-line really seemed to be holding the defense off that play, and the quarterback got that play off. I mean, that could have been massive yards, maybe even a score. So defense kind of lucked out on that one. Glad it was underthrown and not directly at the wide receiver.
Yeah, Stingrays cannot afford another touchdown. They'd be down by 21. Need to get a stop here on this drive. Extra blocker in. Sykes hands it off. Cooks, and Solid run. Going to be a gain of about 5.
Now, while we got a second, I actually do want to make a little shout out. Buddy up here, Ben, who's been running this whole thing even last year and a lot more other sports rather than football, actually got accepted into Butler University in Indianapolis.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Wow,
Corsen.
getting money to go there. I mean, to also pursue his future in sports broadcasting. And if you're listening, just want y'all to take a moment and just kind of, you know, think about that and like how serious it is. But we just want to give a shout out to Ben for all his hard work he does and what he does for the school and for these games.
That ball right out of reach there of Noah Lopez. Could have also been another touchdown score. The Stingrays defense able to get a stop there on 3rd down, but I appreciate that, of course. That means a lot to me. It's been really fun this season calling these games with you, along with great help from Kamari Tamaseu on the scoreboard. But yeah, you know, love the people up there in the Midwest. It's a great area in the country. People there are so kind, hardworking. They do the right things all the time. Indianapolis, such a great city. As we'll see a kick here from Hitt, try to extend this lead, and this one is going to be no good. A.J. Hitt unable to kick that one. That one's from 39. Unable to extend this lead, so Atlantic Coast comes up with a huge stop and no points allowed on that drive. Seemed like a long drive there from Suwannee. Big stop for the Stingray defense.
Yeah, and
as the Stingray section stays lit.
They do. Although halftime happened and, you know, you think everyone would leave. They're actually a lot of noise. It's kind of hard to hear up here sometimes. And kind of referring back to football here, really lucky that the kicker actually missed, because if they made it, then that's a 17-point difference and actually like a three possession difference, and that would have been really costly for the Stingrays.
No doubt. 2 join Manigo in the backfield, and he hands this one off to Kwame Green Swindler. His first carry of the game, and he's cut out for about a gain of about 2. And 2nd and 8 coming up.
The game is still pretty close. Both teams, as we know, we talked about it multiple times actually, but last week, Stingrays 22 points in the 4th quarter. As many people thought the game was far done, but Stingrays didn't think so. And like everyone says, this is anyone's game. And so Stingrays still have a chance. Come out here, tie, and maybe win.
No doubt. 2nd and 8, Manigo. And he has nowhere to go with the ball. Just throws it, decides to. Green Swindler out in F. Boy, flag comes in. Big hit there on the play. Coy Fryer laying the lumber there on the sideline. The flag is down. We'll see what this flag is. And that will be a hold on the Stingrays. Good game there. Way to go from Manigo to kind of create a play out of a disaster. He was about to get sacked. Able to get it out to Kwame Green Swindler, but the hold retracts that.
And Ben, you said it perfectly. He's getting tackled, and he still got the ball out. I mean, he could have gotten sacked and had a loss of downs in their own territory, but it's exactly what you look for in a quarterback, being able to get rid of the ball and make the smart decision in that, and he actually was successful, and so really good play by the Stingrays offense.
Great play, Manigo. Another 2nd down and throws this. Ethan Redding unable to corral it. He's dropped. Manigo looked like a little bit of a low throw there. And now 3rd and 8 coming up for the Stingrays. Huge 3rd down.
That pass, Redding looked to turn his head. Looked like he was getting a little ahead of himself. Didn't really focus on the ball, and unfortunately wasn't able to come up with that. But being able to just keep your eye on the ball the whole time, follow through the whole play, being able to at least secure it first before you start running definitely would help in getting more yards.
3rd down. Manigo. Oh, the snap gets away from him. Whistles blow. Boy, false start saves that potentially disastrous play. That ball was rolling towards the end zone. So rare times when a flag benefits a team. And now third and even longer here for the Stingrays, deep in their own territory. Just kind of need a huge play here, hoping Suwannee's defense is unable to get a stop. As time is running out in this fourth quarter, about 9:41 to play. Third and long. Manigo, another low snap. Manigo collects it, and he throws it right to the defender, Moran, and he's in for a pick six. Suwannee extends their lead by 20. And the Bulldogs, 34-14 is the score now. Rocco Manigo threw it right to the defender, and Moran had an easy pick six.
Yeah, really good composed play there. The pick six, I mean, he sat there, just waited for the ball to come to him. He didn't even really move. All he had to do is just take it to the house. But, yeah, really good. Nice read by the defense. Little zone coverage action there. Read it like a book, caught it, and then that extends the lead, 35-14. Some would say he put the game to bed there.
Yeah, 21-point lead now for Suwannee. 9:33 left in the fourth quarter. And Atlantic Coast, their offense has just not been able to click tonight. And like we've mentioned all game, it's just a rare occurrence to see a defense dominate a game and then the offense is unable to do anything. But also these onside kicks that caught Atlantic Coast off guard. Suwannee's been executing. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, exactly like you said. I mean, in high school football, and in any football, you really don't see these risky kicks, onside kicks, unless it's towards the end of the game. Especially since if it didn't work out, Stingrays could have had in good field position. So it's a risk that Suwannee was willing to take. Also, it seems like AC, it's almost like they got the jitters, you know? Really have a hard time of keeping composed and really scanning the field, taking their time. It seems really rushed, and whenever you're rushed, prone to make mistakes, and this is the second pick of the game.
No doubt about it. So AJ Hitt will kick this one off right back to the Stingray offense. And there you go on the cue, the squib, and that's going to be possibly a mistake for Suwannee. That puts the Stingrays good field position here to start this drive. Right around the 46-yard line.
Yeah, we just talked about it. That's a risk Suwannee's willing to take. In fourth quarter, first quarter, it doesn't really matter. They'll do it whenever. Seems like something they've definitely practiced because the execution's been perfect. Obviously, besides this one, Stingrays were able to recover it, but you know, after 2 or 3 times, the team's going to catch on, and it seems like that's what the Stingrays have done. And so now the Stingrays have the ball just shy of the 50 and have a possibility to march down, put some more points on the board.
Manigo 2 interceptions in this game. They bring pressure here, and this is sweeped out here. Good play call. Breaking off tackles. Tyon Tolliver. Great play. And the Stingray offense trying to get going here as time's still ticking. Just short of the first down there. Tyon Tolliver, his first catch of the game. Got a gain of 9. At the 9-minute mark here, this fourth quarter.
Oh.
And some movement on the line, and it looks like a false start on the Stingrays. Well, of course, at least that stops the clock.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely something to be happy about, but to contrast with that, you're getting moved back. And was a 2nd and 1, now it's a 2nd and 6. And this late in the game, being down this much, you just can't afford these little mistakes. You know, you think it's something you'd work on, but it's just something that keeps happening, and the little flags like this that move them back 5 yards actually end up racking up and adding yards. And so it's these little mistakes that over time just really chip away and definitely shift the, the energy.
2nd and 6. Manigo sweeps it out, got a screen, and chopped up Redding. And here comes a big 3rd down. Inside Suwannee territory. That's about a 3rd and 4. Reached about the 8.5-minute mark.
If I were the Stingrays, I definitely try to play a little bit more aggressive. I mean, you only have 8 minutes left. You're down 21 points. You got to put some points on the board. So I definitely start playing smart, but start playing with some, intensity.
Yeah, that is not going to work. Green Swindlers brought down way beyond the line of scrimmage, and they read that play all the way through. And I think at this point in the game, you got to go for it on 4th down. Got about under 8 minutes to play. You're down by 21. And it looks like they are going to go for it here on 4th and long.
We talked about it earlier. The wide receivers have actually been crucial this game, but also all season. So really utilize the speed and see if the quarterback can let something fly, See if something can happen and maybe at least get a 1st down.
They have nothing to lose here. Big 4th and 10 for both teams, and a timeout's called by the Bulldogs. And this play here could decide the game if they're unable to convert this 1st down.
Now, Ben, what do you expect here? You have 1 minute and 8 seconds left. It's 4th and 10 right now, actually, and you're down 21 points. What do you expect from this offense that second half really hasn't been doing too much recently?
Yeah, I think you just got to go to one of your receivers. Trust one of your guys. Maybe go for a 50-50 ball. One of your receivers. Maybe get a pass interference call as well, because these officials in these high school games, they they're a little nitpicky on calls like that. So you might get lucky with one, but I think you just got to go for a shot down the field. Don't do a screen play. Those haven't worked all game. Suwannee's been all over that. But like I said, just give your guys a shot. You got nothing to lose. It's senior night. It's the last home game. Some of these guys' careers. Might as well give them a shot.
I agree, and sometimes with football and being down in these situations, you got to take risks.
Yep.
And you got to be able to know when to do it and how to execute them. And so right now, AC has to take a risk, go for it on 4th down, get a big play for at least 10 yards.
See what they come up with here. 4th down, low snap. Manigo can't even corral it. Pressure coming across the middle of the field. It's picked off again. Suwannee, their 3rd interception of the night. This time it's Coy Fryer with the pick, and Manigo throws his 3rd interception. And an official timeout is called, but Suwannee's offense will take over once again.
And Manigo really getting swarmed. Kind of had to throw it away last minute. He was looking for Ezekiel Cooper, who was fairly open, but the defender just got in front of the ball. Obviously, from the pressure, best throw wasn't made, and it was thrown a little low instead of over, but Suwannee was able to pick it off, return it for a little bit, and yeah, that's just not what you want to look for, ending up on a senior night, 4th and 10, and so it's not looking really good.
Students, if you having your parent pick you up.
That's about 6:54. Now in that Creekside game that we keep bringing up, Stingers are on 22 points with 8 minutes left. They were able to cut the lead down to 6 with about 50 seconds left in that game. Still possible to come back. You got to get a stop on this drive, and you got to do it quickly. You just got to score quickly, which Stingers only scored 14 points in this game. Offense has not clicked. So we'll see if the Stingrays can be resilient here, but Stingers have to take a timeout here. That's not going to help, especially late in the game. You're going to preserve your timeouts. Look like a little bit of miscommunication on the defensive side.
Yeah, especially with, like you said, 6-7 minutes left. You got to drive down the field to score. You kind of need all the timeouts you can get, be able to stop the clock, recuperate. But instead, one was wasted, just a little miscommunication call. So unfortunate for the Stingrays, but it was one that did have to be made.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this Stingray team finishes out this game. Down 21 points in your senior night. Your home crowd had a great celebration ceremony before the game. Your family, friends, everybody in the crowd.
And speaking of the crowd, just a quick shout out to everyone in the fans, cheerleaders, the dance team, the band, and the student section.
It's a great season.
Fourth quarter, Stingrays are down, and they're still showing out. They're still putting the energy, supporting their team, and it goes a long way, more than people think.
No doubt about it. As first play of this drive here. And direct handoff here. He's gonna throw the ball and a wide open receiver. Oh, and it's dropped. AJ Hitt is out there. The kicker was at quarterback. That's like Coy Fryer. And that ball was dropped by Noah Lopez. Boy, he beat the defenders, got behind the defense, just unable to corral it. Jones might have got a hand in on it as well.
Like you said, I mean, that was right in the breadbasket. Seemed like it should have been caught. I mean, he was wide open, really burnt the defense there, but unfortunate, wasn't able to come with the catch, and could have costed another touchdown.
So here we go, 2nd and 10. Sykes back to take the snap here. Got a motion on the line. Big handoff to Rawson, who gets outside. Rawson has some blockers upfield. Rawson splits the defense. Rawson still spinning. Rawson near the 25 is taken out of bounds. A great run there. Suwannee not letting up on the offensive side. They keep on pounding.
The Suwannee offense just continues to find gaps and mistakes within the Stingrays defense. As you can see,
looks like a flag.
Got to the outside, broke a few tackles. He got a pretty big gain, but like you said, flag, unfortunately, will be pushed back.
Yeah, I did not notice the flag there on the initial play. Gonna be about a 2nd and 11 here for the Bulldogs.
Be interesting to see kind of what they have left. They've pretty much done everything from special teams to offense to even defense. I mean, are they going to just run the clock down, or you think they're going to score and keep trying to up the score here?
Line in motion again. Sykes. Boy, big running back in another crease. Another big run. Jones with the tackle. Delwyn Allen. Good run there for the first down, and Suwannee gets that yardage right back after the penalty.
And, we just talked about, like I said, looks like Suwannee wants to up the score. They want to keep going. They're not done. And they still have some gas in the tank, and that run, that just shows it. And that just proves that they're not here to run the clock down and, go home. They want to keep, pounding, and they want to keep upping the score. And, yeah, they're here to prove something.
No doubt. They came here to prove. Coming in here as underdogs at a 2-6 record. Here's Sykes. The first down. Moranin brought down hard. Right up the crease there for the Atlantic Coast defense. Kai Young, who was also celebrated tonight as a senior, makes a big play on Moran. Goes for a loss. It'll be about 2nd and 13 now.
2nd down.
So the defense, like we said, really good at getting those tackles for loss, but just seems like Suwannee was able to just kind of nitpick and, pick out pieces that were lacking within the defense and gain yards from it. So, those tackles for loss really go a long way, but it doesn't really matter whenever the offense can answer right back and, you know, put even more yards forward.
2nd and 13. Sykes fakes the handoff, throws in a slant route. This one's caught by Rawson. He beat Jones, and Rawson beat everybody. It's a touchdown for 6 more. Suwannee extends their lead. 41-14. Boy, they've done that play. How many times have they done that play, and they finally get, and they capitalize on the great route by Rawson.
Yeah, more than I can count. Like you said, done that play multiple times. Unfortunately, the last time they did that play, just short of the receiver's hands, couldn't quite get it to him. But that one, they were able to connect, and like we said, ended up being 6. And so that puts Suwannee up to 41, and looks like they've got a groove, and they're not here to run down the clock. They want to keep playing, and really impressive performance. Like you said, the 2-6 record, that does not define who they are.
It does not show them here.
If you look at this team, how they play today, I don't think you could even guess that they had a 2-6 record. You think that they've been, you know, have a positive record, and they've been pretty good. So just goes to show, record isn't everything, and this team came to play tonight.
28-point lead, 4:31. In Atlantic Coast at this point, they can just try to leave off on a good note here on this last final home game with some late momentum heading into next week to play Rains.
And Rains, the #1 ranked team in Jacksonville, currently 6-0. They have, talk about some superstars. They have offense and defense, and it'll definitely be a really big challenge for the Stingrays, but with a talented Rains team, they really got to step up their game.
As AJ Hitt will kick this one away. Rocco Manigo's thrown 3 interceptions tonight. That does not define his season at all. Manigo's played outstanding, as this one's kicked right in the hands of Malpress near the 50-yard line. And, well, Stingers will have the ball in good field position once again to start a drive. Off another interesting decision by Suwannee.
Yeah, like you said, Suwannee's been kicking it really short. Didn't really know what they tried to do there. Didn't bounce on the ground or anything. Kind of seemed like a toe kick right to Malpress and left the Stingrays with decent field position, but kind of makes you question what exactly was their game plan on that kick.
Yeah, nothing to lose for Suwannee either, up 28 points. Just about 4.5 to play. Stingers don't have anything to lose either here in this last final home game. Suwannee only brings 3, and it's the handoff to Aiden Amaya, who climbs his way. About a 3-yard gain there. Across the 50. We have 2nd and 7 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Pick up a 2, 2nd down.
Stingrays with a run that play, although they're down, it kind of makes you think maybe they're playing conservative, trying to get the game over with.
Amaya again on the carry, and he's breaking off tackles. Look at Aiden Amaya go! Doing it all the work himself on that play. Dragged about 4 Suwannee defenders with him. Let's see where he marked. Looks like he got a 1st down. Wow, what a carry by Aiden Amaya. Showing off his strength.
Aiden Amaya, only a junior at 5'8", but boy, is he a beast. If he could, you know, get some reps and get a feel for this next year, AC might have another running back.
Another low snap. Manigo has some time, throws on the run, and a low throw, incomplete.
Although the pass was incomplete, seemed like the receivers only went about 10 yards. Didn't really give the quarterback much options there. And really well covered by the Bulldogs. But, you know, thinking that you're down, you know, 42-14, you would try to, you know, probably put some points on the board, kind of go deep, you know, play a little risky, but kind of surprising play call there.
Manigo, screen pass, this one breaking tackles once again. And a good gain there. A second down coming up.
And the Stingrays seem to be really loving their screen plays. Ben, what's going on when, you know, you're down this or down this many points, and also screen plays haven't really been working? What's your kind of thought about that?
Well, you know, from a Madden perspective, you know, I use HP slip screen, you know, when I'm in a situation where, you know, I know that I need a first down and I'm going to third and long. It works in the video game, but not so tonight. As Manigo loses the snap, picks it up, and he's going to be wrapped down. Boy, can't corral the snap. It just miscue after miscue from the Stingray offense. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, my Madden knowledge, using it against AI on a video game is not translate to real life football.
Yeah.
As you can tell, Suwannee's been all over the screenplays, but on a serious note, they're good to get good yards, but like I said, on the defense where they're reading it, and you've got guys on the other side of the ball that just able to move your blockers, not too much you can do about that. Here's a 4th and long. Manigo makes the snap, drops back, has some time, throws a lob pass up. Jeremiah Evans in traffic, and it's incomplete. Evans wants a flag. He's not going to get it.
Really good coverage.
Good coverage, yeah.
I mean, as you can see, Suwannee's playing deep. And, you know, when they see that, they kind of had a double post about 10 to 15 yard out. They both came in. Suwannee was all over that. You know, although they were looking for a flag, it was pretty well covered. It was double, triple covered. Not much you can really do there. So, unfortunate 4th and 12 turns into a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs defense has been able to step up to the challenge here. As 2:13 remain in this 4th quarter and in this final home game for the Atlantic Coast Stingrays. As well for us up here in the booth, our last home game as students here at Atlantic Coast. It's been a very fun ride, and you know, I look back, I can remember the team my freshman year going to the playoffs and all those great players they had on that team. It was a very special year. Had some very fun games, went to, including that Mandarin game, winning at Mandarin in the rain. That's good play here.
Yeah, how about it?
For a loss. Good tackle there, Jordan Clark. And Malpress.
Kind of like you were saying, it's kind of crazy. You know, people always say high school finishes with a, you know, blink of an eye, but you don't really realize that until it happens to you, and all of a sudden 4 years is gone like that. And yeah, man, crazy memories. Obviously super blessed to, you know, be up here, being able to call games like this. But yeah, last home game in the Bay, and football season for the Stingers almost over. It's kind of crazy how fast time flies.
No doubt. Here's a great tackle there. Isaiah Jackson on the tackle, and that'll be another play for no gain, and a 3rd and long coming up here. See if the Stingray offense get on the field for one last time this season at the Bay. And try to get a 3rd and long stop. Stingrays still have 2 timeouts left.
Wouldn't really be much use as the clock just got down under a minute, and so I think now Suwannee is actually trying to let the clock run down, end the game. Big dub, 42-14. Really made a statement here.
They're gonna let it clock run down here, along with the play clock. Snap it last second, which they do, and that'll be a knee for Sykes, who played phenomenal tonight. 42 points for the Bulldogs, and only 14 for this Atlantic Coast team, who plays their last and final home game. Suwannee Bulldogs spoil the senior night for the Stingrays. A 28-point victory for Suwannee. And again, you cannot hold it against these players who they poured their all into this season for this school. And it was a great night despite the loss. These cheerleaders representing, marching band representing, coaches representing, all the guys here up in the booth. Of course, our student section representing the school, showing the spirit.
Exactly what you said. I mean, tough way to go out for the seniors especially, but also for all the football players, you know. Last home game of the 2024 season, and then you got a really tough opponent away against Reigns, so really tough way to go out, but unfortunate ending that the Stingrays were not expecting to happen. So as both teams shake hands, say they're good games, and now separate to both sides.
And that'll just about do it here for this season of Atlantic Coast football here at the Bay. Still one more game left to be played for the Atlantic Coast Stingray football team, but this is going to be our last time signing off here for the football season. I'm Ben Ward, joined here, Corsen Edwards, Kamari Tamaseu up here in the booth. It's been a very fun season, very enjoyable season, a lot of fun games, a lot of good plays, a lot of highlights. Of course, some great crowds every home game. And we thank you guys for tuning in this season. Signing off for the